Hello, and welcome to The Silver Lining, the weekly geekly talk show where we discuss any number of topics that we feel like talking about, either from the past week or just in general. I am your host, Greg, a.k.a. Uncle Silver, a.k.a. Uncle Greg, whatever you want to call me. Welcome to you all, my co-host, the chat. My whole reason for doing this, really, it's because otherwise I wouldn't need to stream. I would just talk to myself for 2 hours. I hope all of you have had a very good week. I had kind of a good week. I was on vacation from work last week as of the recording of this video. This was my first week back at work, and that's always rough. But it was actually not a bad work week. There was very light, and it was pretty cool. But hello, everybody. Aqua Sakura, Latimer, Elements, Reform, Sora, Suave is there. Grant me power. Grant me power. Oh, and we're starting to show off with a tier 1 sub. Thank you so much, Sean, for being in the hunt with a sub. It still amazes me that people pay for this. 11 months in a row. You know what that means. You get one more month, and you will be, other than myself, you will be the first one with my custom 12-month subscriber badge. Oh man, see now it's worth it to do it next month, rather than just doing it out of pity or I don't know. I guess the live tab needed to show up. Okay. Yeah, I went live a few minutes ago. I almost got a butter sword. No, Sean, you don't get the butter sword. Look at the theme. Think about what swords you've got. The first sword is the wood sword. The second sword is the white sword. So the third sword is going to be... You got it. So I ordered 64 games, and now I need only one more to complete the European set. Is that Sculptor's Cut? Hey guys, watching this on my girlfriend's PC I just built for her that I'm supposed to be benchmarking. Well, Spectre, you got time to do that. Right now it's Silver Lining time. It's the end. This is what you look forward to at the end of the week. That's why we call it the Silver Lining. Clever. I'll see if Rumi Greg Eternal Darkness is so good. Isn't it so good? It's a very addictive kind of like you want to keep going. My biggest problem with Eternal Darkness is that the coolest feature, which is the stuff that goes crazy when your health is low and everything, or when your sanity meter is up high, which is or is low, which is bad, is that it is locked behind you doing poorly. You have to do poorly in order for the best feature of the game to appear. So I don't like that. I wish that it was something that you got to experience all the time. Because the better it's got this unique feature, and the better you play it, the less you get to experience that unique feature, which is kind of a bummer. Looks like I'm doing something right since I own a wooden sword. Well, Aqua Sakura, if you sub for 3 months here, you get a wood sword that you keep right next to your icon. I'm still trying to decide what to do with standard subs. I don't know what item to put for the standard subs. I don't know, maybe I'll put the shield or something like that. Ooh, I hated the second half of Eternal Darkness. Well, I guess it wears off the more you play it and the better you get at it. Yeah, I guess that's the idea, but all right, before we get started on the topics, by the way, thank you again for joining me at 5 p.m. Normally we do the show at 3 p.m. Last week I tried to do the show at 5 p.m. I kind of wanted to see how it worked, and I kind of liked it. So I think I will continue on with that. I wanted to at least try it again for this week to see. Old Man for the base sub. Old Man was actually, I might do that because Old Man was my initial icon when I started Uncle Silver Gaming. Wow. January of 2014. I didn't do a whole lot with it, but I think it was January or February of 2014. I remember I came back from, here, we'll do a little bit of story time. I came back from MagFest. I think it was MagFest that year. And 2014, 2015. No. Was it 2014 or no? I'm sorry. It was 2016. I came back from MagFest, And I had been talking with people, and people were asking me, like, do you have your own channel and stuff? And I said, I don't have my own channel. I have a Twitter account. 2014 was Twitter. So I didn't have one, and I had always wanted to start one because there were always nights where I'd be up late, and I thought, you know what, I wish I could I wish I was a content creator, like I wish I was a streamer or something, because I would love to just log on right now and then just hang out with everybody. Like I think that would be really cool. So I started the YouTube channel. Like I literally, you know, that was the day that I went in and I started everything up. I didn't do much for a while. Like I figured out how to record stuff, how to play games, record games, and play them using emulators and all. I'm naked as usual. Touch myself a little bit. That's okay. That's okay. As long as you're enjoying it. Go. As long as it's consensual. But I remember I was learning how to record stuff. I was using the camera on my laptop, and I had some crazy setup going on. And even then, it was just like videos and stuff. I was just trying to do a few things here and there. It was a while before I actually tried to stream. Like I didn't start Twitch until later, and then I tried to stream, and I was like, you know what? It was a year ago that I started streaming, and I thought, I like this better. I like the streaming better. So I've been doing. That's why I don't do a whole lot on YouTube. I love having my YouTube, and I do post videos, and I'll post these episodes here. I'm posting. We're playing Ill Bleed throughout the week for October, so I'm posting those videos on YouTube in case you guys are missing those episodes. So I do use my, and then I post some. Once in a while, I'll post specific YouTube video content. Eternal Darkness was a weird beast to me. The first half thought it might become my favorite horror game of all time, but the big focus is combat repetitious nature. Yeah, it's tricky when you try and make a horror game and you try and focus on the horror, but then you lose out on the combat. Like I think combat and the horror atmosphere sometimes get a little muddled into each other, and you end up losing one for the sake of the other. The heady days of Final Fantasy Tactics and LTTP randomizer. That's right. With the emulator and laptop camera. That's right. And we still play those games, just not with that stuff. I spent an entire year of my life grinding mounts in WoW. I ended up getting 98% of them, almost 300. I think when I stopped grinding for mounts, I was at about 120 or 130. I think I got annoyed with I was trying to get the Ashes of Alar, the Phoenix mount, and I got very annoyed with that. I finally got an Obsidian Drake once. I haven't played in years, by the way. I'm just thinking about when I was playing. I remember people used to tell me that I was hacking because I went through all of the effort to get the bug. It was the bug from the desert, and you could. There was a raid where you could ride the mounts, but it was strictly in the raid. But then there was a turquoise one that you could get, or like a teal color outside of the raid, but it was way complicated to get. And I got it. I went through I saved up all the money, and I went through all the trouble of getting it. And I would every once in a while to get a message like, "Oh, you're cheating because you're able to ride that outside the raid." And I'm like, "Not cheating, man. Look it up." I also had the Sandstone Drake. My guild helped me. We had decided that whoever earned the money, because you needed the dust, I think it was like 8 of them, and they were like 4,000 a piece, or something crazy like that. Whoever earned the money to buy those first, the raid was going to help me with some of the others. No, I think I'm thinking of the Terragosa staff. No, the Sandstone Drake, I earned the money myself, and then I got the Sandstone Drake. That was one of my favorites. Hello, all the new people. When are we going to do a Vagrant Story stream? Sean, we'll do a Vagrant Story stream one day. I think I will. I think I will specifically go back. Minion, hello, how you doing? I see you just got here. We haven't actually started the actual discussion yet. I saw Gogo mention something about Warcraft, and then of course I spiral into my out of control way of talking. because I loved Warcraft and I miss Warcraft. I really need to get into video creation and streaming, but I need a job that pays well enough to upgrade my laptop. And that's. I mean, we still need.
Your ideas are intriguing to me. Can I
go. Thank you for the follow. Emerging for the follow there. Stopping Warcraft mount farming long enough to follow us here. You know, cool, bro. Just sub for now. We're the best of friends. We are the best of friends. All right. Today, yeah, sorry, follow, not to. Yeah, I kind of got, when I first started Twitch, I was like, oh, you got to sub, and people were like, no, I'll just follow. Like, well, what the hell's the difference? Because I was used to YouTube where you subscribe. Be right back. Got to do a thing. Can we clean these dirty games? Oh, we'll do that later. That's always the second half of the show. So I want to get into. I have a few topics today. I only had one up until like 20 minutes ago, and then I had a couple more. I wanted to talk about something that I posted on Twitter. Favorite Fortnite drop point. Grant, we'll get into that. I wanted to talk about something that happened on Twitter. I posted a comment about when I watch streams and I watch specifically competitive games, Fortnite and Splatoon all the time. Whenever I watch streams, I hear this comment and it drives me crazy because I don't understand it as an insult. Tryhard. Oh, look at this tryhard. I always hear in that exact tone, look at this tryhard, like it's an insult. And I never really understand it. Because aren't we trying to win? Like, isn't that the point? Like, aren't we playing these games to win? Now, a lot of people commented on that, and they said, oh, well, there's nothing wrong with trying to learn the game's mechanics and trying to figure out what's going on, and and trying to win the game, and I think a lot of people misunderstood what I was saying. Military rap. I'll save that because I need to see that. Silent when we're done the topic. Post that again. I think a lot of people misunderstood what I was saying. I wasn't saying it as somebody who puts a lot of effort into the game, because that's exactly what I think someone is. I think that they're learning the game and they're trying to do it. People use it as an insult, like a tryhard. And I'm wondering, Suave, I think you just said it. Well, people just being jealous and trying to negate the effort by saying, well, I didn't even put in any effort. I think maybe that's what it is. A lot of the time, this is, okay, I'll give you a scenario. I'll give you two scenarios in the two different games. In Fortnite, you'll see somebody in a build battle. If you're familiar with Fortnite in any way whatsoever, you know that there's the building mechanic, and the pro players, like, they do it all the time. It looks insane, and it's way too much for me to follow. You'll see them in a build battle, and then you'll see somebody else in a build battle with them. They're going head to head, and then they'll say, "Oh, look at this tryhard building all over the place," but you're doing it too. And I don't understand it. I don't understand what makes someone a negative tryhard, if it exists at all. Or is it just is it, like you said, Suave, is it better players making fun of weaker players? But it's a dumb insult. It really is a dumb insult. I'll see it in Splatoon also, where somebody, they're moving around, and they're, like in the clan blitz, they're moving around and they're swimming and they're going right for the points, and it's like, oh, look at this tryhard. Yeah, of course he's trying hard. He's trying to win the game just like you're trying to do. And I don't understand it as an insult. They feel less in comparison, thus they try to negate that feeling by making the other people sound like obsessive. Yeah, I guess so. I suppose tryhard are the people that demand professional level play in a non-professional setting. See, and Sean, and I don't know if that's not necessarily what it is, because it is a competitive setting. Like, this is not a competition, where it's a tournament. It is just a competitive setting. It's a competitive game. So I think everybody's putting the same amount of effort into it. And that's the thing that always kind of like, to me, if you were going to call somebody a tryhard, I think it would be someone who removes this is what, if you were going to use it as a try, as an insult, somebody who removes the fun aspect out of the game to only focus on winning. Somebody who sits there with a calculator and tries to figure out which car is the best, which tires are the best, which glider is the best to play Mario Kart. And if you're talking about a tournament setting, that's what everybody's doing. Let's be real here. When it comes to Smash Brothers and the high-level tournament play, that's what everybody's doing in Smash Brothers. They are sitting there with a calculator and they're figuring out which frames have the best counters. You know what I mean? Like they're doing all of this stuff. Those are the people I'm talking. But then when you go to the place where it's just some guys hanging out at a game store playing some games, and there's one guy doing that, that to me is the tryhard. If you're better, you're a tryhard. If you're worse, you're a noob. Yeah, it's Suave. That was always I'm like that on the road. If you're driving faster than me, you're trying to get somebody killed. If you're driving slower than me, you got your license at Pet Boys and you need to speed up. Yeah, putting effort in the game is one thing, but yeah, since they don't put the same amount of practice of work, they will paint trying harder than them as negative because you're a stronger player. If they're not winning the game, they want to win the insult. They want to win the insult game. That's like Silent Jack. That's the person who's losing the argument, so they start correcting your grammar. So a great example is that guy on Twitter giving Johnny grief difficult. Shadow. That is a fantastic comparison. For those who on YouTube, the Castlevania episodes are going up. Johnny was fighting Galamoth, which is like the super boss of Symphony of the Night, and he died. He was not taking the fight seriously at all. He was not taking the fight seriously. He was using all of these goofy items. He was trying to display some funny things, using goofy tactics and stuff. Clearly not taking the fight seriously at all. Johnny has played the game 1,000 times. I know that he's beaten that boss 1,000 times. There's no reason for him to play it like he's in the competition. If he did that, I think then he would be a tryhard, because you're not in a competitive setting, but you're still like, I have to use the best weapon every time. And it's like, all right, calm down, take it easy, have some fun here. And it's somebody was giving him grief on Twitter because he died to that boss even though he loves the game, which apparently means if you love the game, you're supposed to be the best at it, and that's it, which is stupid. Sorry if the person who typed that is watching, but it is. It's kind of stupid. So, hey y'all, I'm back from Venom. Phoenix, no spoilers, Phoenix. If you go to our Discord, we've got a spoiler chat just for you. So that's to me that's a good example of a tryhard. My issue is when people use it, they just blurt it out and they're in equally competitive. So I don't know. It just I feel like this discussion probably isn't going anywhere. But I don't understand it as an insulting term for somebody who's playing the same exact game you are, on the same exact level you are, doing literally the same exact thing you were. One of the times that I heard it most recently was, like I said, in Fortnite, where they were doing a build battle and the person said it and the streamer said it, and all I thought was, but you're doing it too. You're calling him a tryhard as an insult for doing the same exact thing that you're doing, which is not only trying to win, but doing the same action that you're currently doing in order to win. No spoilers for anything. Games should be about having fun. If you're trying too hard to play the game and eliminate all the fun from it. Yeah, and Tomcat, tournament settings where you do that, where you calculate all of the best moves, literally with a calculator, and you try and play the numbers game to try and figure out what to do. That is fun for some people. But when you just go online and you play a game and that's like, it's not that serious. But you are trying to win. Let's be honest here. It's not about winning or losing. It's about having fun. But you have more fun when you win. I don't think that there are a lot of people that go on to video games, to competitive type video games online, lose every match and go, well, that was fantastic. Let's be honest here. getting a win feels way better than getting a fun loss. Like unless you do something stupid, like you cheat or something like that, because then you kind of suck the fun out of it completely. Batman and Superman kissed in it. No spoilers. Dying in Switch Palace thing needs to die. Oh yeah, that was dumb. He even brought up Storm Eagle at one point. That moment of blind anger at this one. Oh yeah. I just, hey bruh, I can't believe Greg is streaming himself. This ruins his reputation. Yeah, I should stop streaming for 6 hours or so. I love playing for fun, but winning is great. Now, if you lose to a team player, yeah, that's high level. I can't help but respect. Yeah, and Siberian Ninja, that's one of the reasons that I have slowed down on playing Splatoon and really turned to Fortnite more. I don't like the team-based aspect was killing me. It was starting to really get on my nerves, because I like to win, and I like to win. I like to know that I had a hand in the win, and when I lose, I like to know that it was my fault that I lost. I just wasn't better than the other guy, or I made a stupid mistake. I don't want to make stupid mistakes, but I know that it was my fault. So I got kind of like, started to downslide out of there. Just means I got to get better. Hey, bro, what's going on? We were talking about being a tryhard and why it doesn't really make any sense as an insult. I saw a video of a cat playing with a ball. I mean, it's all right to joke about mess ups, but if you seriously dig into it, yeah, it's I don't know. I mean, I guess that's it for the topic. It's just a lot. It's just. You see a lot of tryhards in fighting games. Like, you go to a friend's house and all, taking turns fighting, and then you have, they're the ones laughing and saying you just have. Sean, yeah. There are a few fighting games that I really got into. Killer Instinct is one of them. Killer Instinct 1, and I would go to places that had that rule. We would hang out and we would do one controller. You know, when you lose, you pass it up. So if you keep winning, you keep the controller. I would get into scenarios where I was winning, and I would go around and defeat everybody, and then eventually get back to the first person that I fought to take the controller. I would give up the controller. I would tell them, like, here you go, you know, and I would be changing up characters. I would be doing different things. You know, I don't take it too seriously. Yeah, if you're hanging out with your friends and you're all having a good time, and there's that one friend who refuses to change character, this is the moment that he has to practice, and he is clearly better than everybody else with that one character, and he refuses to change them. Those are the times where I think, come on, man, I guess it's fun for you, but try something different. Nah, it's honestly an insult. Like, I thought, being a tryhard was related to being. No, yeah, bro, it's like those people that take the game way too seriously. My problem is that people use it as a term while they're playing the same exact game the same exact way. And it's like, well, okay, then if they're a tryhard, you're a tryhard. You're doing the same thing. Take that scenario and change it to all of your friends being like that. Yeah, elements. I don't know. I get, unless everybody agrees, unless everybody wants to do that. You know, if you are a competitive gamer on a specific game, and you know 4 friends that are specifically competitive in that game, and this is why you're meeting up. You know, you're meeting up because these are practices for you to go into a tournament setting. Okay, as long as everybody agreed to it. Smash Ultimate metagame, and that's it's going to have a lot of tryhards trying to make the game not fun. I had those moments in Paladins. I got to try that game. Guy wouldn't pick because someone took a character. Yeah, see, Siberian Ninja. That's one you think, dude, come on.